Today I'm going to show you how to make these easy and beautiful long dangly earrings from the ocean sediment jasper. So basically I used a head pin on the end, put the bead on the head pin, turn that pin 90 degrees. You'll use your round pliers to twist that pin around the rounded side of your pliers. You'll twist it all the way around till you have a loop, and then you will take your snips and you will trim that off to get it flush. Snip it. So this is how I make little charms as well. I'll use a head pin, like if I'm going to make charms to put on a charm bracelet out of beads. And then you can also use an eye pin for like the middle ones that you're going to connect two beads to. But I'll also use that little excess that I had from the head pin because these are pretty long pins and I don't like to waste any of my pins. So you'll just use your flat nose pliers to flatten that piece out. Then you can just put that excess in between your round nose pliers and you'll just twist that around to make a loop. You can use whatever size loop you want to have on your beads. So we've got one loop on this side now. So the flat pliers holding the loop, and then your chain nose pliers to bend that to make a 90-degree turn. So I've got that. Then you'll just add your bead to that. And then for this, because I'm going to have a loop on both sides, but since I have it curving this way, like the hook, I'll want to use the other way for the other side. Push that this way, and you can use your pliers or you can just use your finger to do that. And then you will hold this side with your round nose pliers. And this is how I make easy little bead charms for charm bracelets or to connect to make like my own little chain necklace. Hold that there. You can go to the outside, twist the end all the way around, like we did on this end and on the other end. You'll leave it out a little bit. You can snip that little excess piece off now, and you will be using most of your long pins, so you won't be wasting anything. Now to snip this end, I usually get it right at the end there, cover it, snip it. You've got your little excess piece there you can get rid of. You can leave it open because then you're going to take all of your charms. These are already open. You're going to need a hook for your earring, a jump ring. You'll add the jump ring to the hook here. You'll just go ahead and add your first bead on there as well. And then you can just close that jump ring. You can use your fingers or two sets of pliers to close that. And then your little loops that you just made on your beads work the same way as the jump ring. So you can just put each bead on and then close the loop. And the wire is workable. So if you make a mistake, it's pretty easy to flatten it back out or rework a loop if it's not to your liking. And then you'll just add all of those beads. These are going to end up being 5 long. I already had the design laid out and the other earring made. So we'll just hook on the next bead, close that loop with our pliers. I like to get the loops as close as I can to the bead so there's not space in there enough for them to slide apart. So these are simple to make earrings, and they're going to be nice and dangly. They'll be stylish with any type of clothing you want to wear. And then you'll just put the one with the head pin on the very bottom. Close that one And I did try between the two earrings to match the color of beads that I used. So you can see that there, the finished earrings, and you can see how much movement they have. So if you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to see some more tutorials, there will be a playlist of my jewelry tutorials, a subscribe button, and probably another video with a jewelry tutorial at the bottom of the screen.